Bingo. Hello, ladies and gents. This is Bob. Thanks for watching this video. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm going to do a first impressions, initial thoughts, that's all, on something pretty popular in our community, and it's that one right there. It's my first Roja that I've ever smelled, and that is DIAGHILEV right there. I'm really happy that I got to finally smell a Roja. These are samples that Eugene sent me, and shout outs to him again. Thank you very much. These ones and these like atomizers. And like I said, this is the first Roja I've ever smelled, and happy to finally, they're expensive. Get my nose on it. So Eugene's company is lizabstraits.com. He's got his own perfume company. I'm sure you all know, but please, if you don't, go over there and look through and think about ordering samples of his 3 so far perfumes, all right? And support him. That's really important, that I think we support people that we all kind of room together with here. So wanted to get that in because maybe that'll be the last time Eugene will send me samples after I talk about this. So DIAGHILEV. All right, DIAGHILEV is something I'm kind of familiar with. It's basically, this specifically, to me, now these are all my thoughts, remember, and of course they're my thoughts, and a lot of people have their own. But it's a very spicy, very mossy chypre, powdery and with fruits. Basically, it's very earthy to me, kind of dark green, piney, and I get where he's coming from. And I'm talking about Roja Dove. So I'm kind of familiar with Mitsouko. I really like it. Something like COCO, I love. Absolutely love wearing this, or love to smell it. And something like Rochas Femme, which is definitely in the same wheelhouse. I really like this. It's just, these things are just really well put together. Like masterpieces. Nice storytelling novels, and I'm a big fan of them. Maybe a little bit skewed to women. I'll get back to this. Just my ADP. And here's DIAGHILEV. So let me get to this because this perfume comes up very often in our talks, in our streams. Off the cap and off the card, DIAGHILEV by Roja smells expensive, very expensive and opulent. So I smelled it and I was like, oh, okay. And I wasn't surprised, right? So I'm thinking this, and I'm thinking deeper layers on top of this. And that's where I get, I initially get someone like Roja and the way he's dressed, with his fancy shirts, very colorful, overstated, and then his jacket's on top of it, right? And spraying all his scents all around his office. So that's what I get, and it's very interesting. Real oak moss, you should check it out if you're like really into oak moss and you thinking about buying something this expensive. Animalic, and like I said, very spicy, really spicy. I mean, almost, well, anyway, I wore this recently And I sprayed it on my skin 2-3 times, but gave it a big wearing the other day. I think it was like my second wearing, and I went out, and I had a tough time with this. I didn't like it at all. It was, like I said, off the card and cap. It was very interesting. But after a wearing of this, right, after when I wore it, it feels like an expensive mess, to tell you the truth. Too spicy, too mossy for me, all right? But I don't doubt that these are natural ingredients, expensive ingredients, so that might be an attraction for you to get some of this action. But as the wearing wore on, I was really self-conscious, and I didn't spray that much. And all I could think about was this on me and how cloying it was, and how it was bothering me. And it's been a long time since I put something on, and I felt those kind of emotions. You know, usually you spray something, and if you don't like it, you wipe it off and stuff like that. But this was a wearing, so. And as it got to the dry down, it goes through changes. The fruit's there in the beginning, not as beautiful and bright and happy as Mitsouko. It's under a veil of spices and earth, in my opinion. I couldn't go through the rest of the night, so I took my second shower of the day and scrubbed it off. So I did not have a good time with this. I didn't like it. I do not like it. I'm gonna keep on using this sample for reference. I just can't see where he was going with this, except, you know, just building on Mitsouko and making it more overstated, obnoxious, pretentious. You know, yeah, I said those words. You know, trying to do too much, and resulting in kind of a messy situation. Kind of like I have these other ones that I'm referencing here. Here's my Dior Homme Intense, and then this. I love this bottle, and I love that I have this. I've said this before. A friend's wife worked at the boutique, and she gave it to me. But this copies this. The Valentino Uomo Intense copies the Dior Homme Intense. I mean, almost, it's blatant, and then adds on more chocolate and more sweetness, and it's not really a chore to wear this, but when comparing these two, this is a mess. This is too much, you know, but this attracts attention, and it smells good, you know, in the air, which I don't know if DIAGHILEV does. I mean, I could wear Valentino Uomo Intense out in the crowd, I think, but I don't know if I could wear DIAGHILEV. And then just to make sure, the very next day after that hard day with the Roja, I wore this, and bam, it was just like, it was like night and day. It was like no questions asked. This was just, I love this more than ever before. I mean, I just grabbed onto this and we hugged each other. It was great. It probably made me my best wearing out of this, you know, coming home to real comfort. So I do like my mossy sheepras. These two I really like. God, I can wear them, smelling them off of something. I recently got this one off of Enchante as a gift. Thank you very much, Anuj. Man, I forgot now. I think this is the black cap is the older one, and then this is the newer one, but I seem to like this one a little more. The differences, but the same iterations and reformulations of an old perfume. So yeah, so that's where I'm going to end this. I'll stop it, you know, I think I'll end it to people with a message saying, do not blind buy this. And you probably already, how could you blind buy it anyway? What does it cost, like $1,500 US? But don't blind buy, get a sample. And that way you'll be safe and you make up your own mind. Because you don't want to get into something this expensive. But if you have the scratch and you love the art of perfumery, and then the ingredients and real oak moss the way it was, and you know, you can't get that anymore, and it's just going to get worse, you'll appreciate this. I appreciate this off the cap and card when I first smelled this, you know, when I first got this. I really do, and I appreciate, and I'll never part with this. All right, there's some real oak moss in there, but after wearing it, like I said, I had a tough time. I mean, I was thinking to myself, all right, so there's the video and cut, and maybe I'll keep on rambling, but it's gonna be a roast. It really is. So, and those of you know, I'm not interested in in hurting people's feelings, because people, you know, what if someone's wearing some clothes or a tie or dress, and of course they're gonna be changed if you have a strong bad opinion on it. So just understand this is my opinion. I was thinking when you would wear something like this, and I had a hard time thinking of anything other than like a masquerade ball. You know, those, you know, in France or in England, in the old days in the castle, and everyone's wearing elaborate costumes of historic figures and wearing those masks in front of their face. Just going all out and being obnoxious. I think DIAGHILEV would work well in that situation, right? And Mitsouko would be too beautiful and demure in that situation. COCO is just too darn sexy, all right? But DIAGHILEV, just screaming. It just screams like I need help. Look at me, smell me, love me, you know, overdressed. It kind of screams that. Other words that come to mind, cover your ears, like train wreck. I already said hot mess. And trying too hard, and maybe gaudy. So I'm just being overly critical, and I can understand how this is very interesting to a lot of fragrance enthusiasts. I can understand that, but wearing it to me is a chore. I think the spices are way overboard, and for me, it's way too earthy and mossy, and to some, probably maybe not even mossy enough. That kind of a thing. It's all about what you like and limits, right? So, but like I said in the beginning, I'm really happy to have smelled the Roja, and yeah, I wouldn't recommend people outright buying this. So get a sample, like I said. So I pretty much know like a lot of people's opinions on this, but I don't know, it's kind of skewed to one side, because Roja is kind of like high perfumery, and polarizing, right? No one would argue with me with using the word polarizing with Roja. And, you know, let's face it, it's like these two, right? So here's your masterpiece. I mean, without a doubt. And then here is something standing on its shoulders. And then voila, here you go. So I'm pretty set in that opinion of this, and I'm just kind of excited that you know, I can offer my opinion. So am I gonna wear this again? I think I will. And this is only a first impressions, but I was kind of going off on it like it was a review. But yeah, this one's maybe it deserves some high criticality, right? Because it's so expensive, and it is a copy. So that's where I'm coming from. Don't crucify me. And yeah, smell it again and wear it, and then maybe come to your own conclusions on DIAGHILEV. Very interesting name. So yeah, it's a pretty strong, earthy, spicy chypre, in my opinion. But this is smooth as heck. This is sensual and smooth. This has a lot of stuff in it, but yet it goes. This has like the kitchen sink in it, right? Roja has this kitchen sink in it, but it kind of ended in a crash. But this Rochas Femme works. Get your nose on this, and then if you can find if they still sell this for cheap, consider blind buying this. So anyway, let me know what you think. I appreciate your attention as always. You guys are really are fun to have around. This is a good distraction, this hobby, and as you can tell, I get into it. So back and cracking into the samples we go, and some of these I really like. You know, this one's sprayed dry. Dan's bra, something like that. That's a Frederick Male. This one, I love the dry down on this one. All right. I like clove, but I don't, too much realistic clove for me in the beginning. Oh, just an overload, too much, if I'm being highly critical. But I really like the dry down, and who knows, that maybe this is sexy. French Lover. This is a good one for men, and this one's labeled for men. I mean, anybody can wear it, but yeah, nice. I gotta get into this. So, is that like that? It's green musk, and outstanding, and possibly outstanding here, possibly living up to all its hype. Chypre Peloton. It's just the dry down doesn't have my attention like the masterful opening does, right? So here's another, can't touch this. This is like, what do you call it? A darling, but I don't know, the dry down. The dry down has me a little bit, what do you call it? With Z's. Maybe a little bored, but I got to wear it 2-3 more times. Anyway, that's it. Thanks, Eugene, for the Roja samples. This is special stuff, all right? And I'll be off. I'll talk to you later. Au revoir. Bye-bye.